I can no longer hold back. I shall come forth and to devour your souls. Lullaby shouted maniacally, and beginning from the magic circle emerged. I retained the three eternal purple eyes. It looks like three tree sticks. It stares angrily at the team. I share feast upon your pitiful souls, Lullaby roared. It's huge, Lucy stated, fearful way to state the obvious, Happy replied. What is that thing? Yegor never said anything about a monster, Kage shouted. We're in the pickle, Bob said. It must be a demon from the Book of Sereth, Goldmine assumed. All of the town people scrambled for their life. Why did the flute turn into a monster? Lucy asked, clenching terrified onto Naruto's arms. Seraph, I've read about that guy before. Isn't he a powerful dark wizard? Naruto narrowed his eyes. That's what Lullaby true form looks like in the flesh. It's a forbidden black magic, living magic. Seraph, specially Goldmine explained. Living magic, Erza said curiously. Who's Seraph? Isn't he some ancient wizard? Gray said. It's the most evil wizard the world has ever known. He was very powerful in his days, but in my wildest dreams, I've never thought his dark legacy would pop up again, Bob said. Now, which of these delectable souls should I dine on first? Oh, how about the blondie with whiskers? He looks tasty, Lullaby said. Naruto chuckled and dead palmed. Do you think your souls are really tasty? Natsu asked. Naruto deadpanned. This guy is just over the top. Naruto stared at Natsu. How should I know what they taste like? Gray snapped. Always thinking about eating, Lucy deadpanned. Also, Natsu and Gray getting everyone to a safe place, Urza ordered. Quick bucking orders, Natsu complained. Yeah, you're not the boss of us, Gray added. Just do it, Urza ordered again. I, Natsu and Gray scattered. Naruto sighed. Another bad happy impression. Lucy panted again. No giant demon is gonna scare off the fairy army. Charge, the captain commanded. Yes, sir, his men replied. Lullaby looked over to the army. You doubt my power? I'll prove it to you. Lullaby shouted angrily, opening his mouth and shooting a beam of across the land, causing a huge explosion. Captain, are we scared yet? One soldier asked frantically. Now, men, retreat, the captain commanded. I have no need for pathetic humans. I prefer the tasty wizard souls, and I will consume all of yours, Lullaby said. Oh, yeah? I would like to see you try. Bringing it on, big guy, Natsu shouted. Can those four defeat Lullaby? On their own? Lucy asked worriedly. You should help them, Happy suggested. Normally I would, but none of my celestial wizards are able right now. So I will probably just slow them down, Lucy admitted it. Good excuse, Happy teased. Don't judge me, cat, Lucy shouted, irritated. Lullaby roared loudly, booming out, everyone, it's hurting my ears, Lucy shouted, covering her ears, attempting to block out the unpleasant sound. It's preparing attack, Goldmine said, claim, screaming, not affected by the sound. Who's ever ready? Ursa asked, taking over her sword. Oh, yeah, the boy replied. All four of them charged at Lullaby at the same time. Naruto smirked. This is gonna be good. He said, "You really to kick butt, Whiskers?" Naruto smirked. "You bet. I've been waiting to kick some butt," Naruto smirked back. All four of them leaped onto the demon. "We equip Knight," Ursa shouted, equipping into her heaven wheel armor. She looked like a sword circling at the demon, causing to scream in pain. "Ice make lance," Gray shouted, sending ice lance and piercing lullaby body at screaming in pain once again. "My turn, Fire Dragon Iron Fist," Natsu shouted, leaping up and punching straight to his face. "Your next, Whiskers," Natsu shouted. Naruto smirked and leaped into the air, preparing a giant up chakra in his feet and powerful chakra punch. Naruto's fist turned blue, significantly that chakra is ready. Naruto threw a full force chakra punch at Lullaby's face, sending it flying. That guy, he sent him flying with just one simple punch. In awe, the villagers said. As the team continued to strike down the demon, Lullaby swung his fist at the four warriors, which all four evaded perfectly, with Urza slicing it once again, Gray shooting another ice lance at the demon. "I'm not finished with you." With Fire Dragon wing attack, he shouted, swinging his firearms at Lullaby. Naruto prepared from the back, swinging his leg over and delivered a roundhouse kick to the back of Lullaby's head, while Kage, Lucy, and Happy watched in awe and incredible. Their combination attacks are too powerful, and the fairy tale ninja is amazing. Such strength, Kage in awe. "And their sync," Lucy added. "In awe," Happy chirped. Lullaby got angrier and angrier with each combo attack, which the four teams is prepared for another devastating roar from another giant purple magic circle in the sky once again. "This isn't good," Lucy said, nervously, getting ready for a song. Happy warned. As the demon began to roar, suddenly a loud noise. "Look at the plant are dying," Lucy shouted in terror. "Lullaby is sucking all the lives around them," Happy said as the two watched the plants die one by one. "Just one note, and your soul will be mine," Lullaby said, and roared, and devouring the ears of everyone close to hear it. Lucy and Happy and Kagi covered their ears, and despite attempted to stop the sound from damaging their ears, but all of a sudden a horrible sound would come to be played. Suddenly stopped. "What happened?" Lucy shouted nervously. "Nothing happened," Happy replied. They both barked. "I don't understand. Why didn't I play the melody of death?" Lullaby wondered and shocked. "It must be because all of those attacks," Kage assumed. "The punch, so many holes in the things, it messed the sound." Lucy depended. "All of those build-ups for this talk about going out with a whimper," Lucy said. "Yeah, it was pretty lame to begin with," Happy inquired. "You dare to mock me?" Lullaby shouted angrily, kicking furiously. All of the villagers fled for their life as Lullaby continued to lash and kick. Lullaby turned around, the rest of the people prepared to attack with a fury attack. Gray immediately stepped in front, prepared another ice magic spell. Ice magic shield, he shouted, creating another ice shield that completely countered Lullaby's attack. In awe and amazing, villagers said, The boy ice making magic is so powerful. Another added, what magic maker is it? Lucy asked. It's a user who can get magic energy and translate from whoever. There is another type of magic that can be destroyed. Happy explained. Lucy was shocked. I will kill you all, Lullaby said, shouting, looking over to see Natsu. Sucking in all the fire was all used. Naruto took this opportunity to strike again. Naruto leaped over to the side and used taijutsu and began to strike it down. Improved taijutsu he got from Rock Lee and Mike Guy. Naruto landed more punches on the side of its face before delivering another powerful spin kick to the side of the head, sending Lullaby flying once again. Naruto landed beside Natsu, who has finished his fire fist. Now have got a fire in my belly. Natsu smirked. You're not human, you're a monster, Lullaby shouted, throwing an angry punch at the two boys. Natsu and Naruto both evaded the punch with much ease. Oh, shut up, Naruto shouted, performing a hand sign as Natsu ran up in a huge arms. Oh, like you want to talk, Natsu related. Don't climb at me, Lullaby demanded, as Erza came flying on her armor equipped. Erza shouted, equipping into her black wing armor. The pervert man watched the fighting, immediately became influenced her armor and lovely. A villager said, it's called black wing armor and it's impelled with the fire power of her attacks, a villager explained. Ice make source great chanted, literally sending an ice source at Lullaby, cutting through the Lullaby body as it shouted in pain. Erza then came flying and slicing its throat. Natsu and Naruto could. Erza shouted, now. Gray added, we've got this. The flames of his right and my flames from the left. Put the two together, and this what you get, Whiskers. I'm waiting for the fireball jutsu. Natsu shouted. His two fiery hands clashed each other from massive fireball. Naruto breathed in all the air he could. His lungs pumped up, preparing for his ultimate fireball jutsu. Great fireball, Naruto shouted, finally releasing his breath. Out a giant fireball shot off his mouth and added a Natsu already massive fireball to create even greater fireball. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Whiskers, Natsu shouted. Fire, dragon, brilliant flames. Natsu shouted, finally throwing the massive fire at Lullaby, burning it down to a crisp. Well done, Makarov complimented. You're amazing, Bob admired. You kids make defeating Zeref Demon look easy, Goldmine said. Lucy cheered with joy. I can't believe how strong they are. Wow, are all of fairy tale wizards as powerful as these four? Kage wondered with amazement. As the four warriors stood together, there no doubt that this is the strongest team, Lucy said. I happy chirped in argument. We're an awesome guild, aren't we? Markov bragged. Great work out there, you guys, Lucy said with joy. Thanks, but it wasn't a big deal, Natsu said. Naruto chuckled. Yeah, piece of cake, Gray said. You know, guys, I was kind of hoping it would be more of a challenge, Naruto said in disappointment. Ursa chuckled. They may be bunch of fools, but They're stronger than I